I was recording a video and I was rewatching the recording of the video, and I was struggling on a thought, or like I had a memory of a thought and I had to add on. I was saying sometimes the logic, like what you feel is logical. Like I am a logical person. It's very interesting. I'm a logical person as I'm an emotional person. It's a very balanced thing, but sometimes can be imbalanced. But something that I've really learned and grown on is it's that freaking, what's that movie? It keeps looping in my head. It's like, what you feel, and what you feel is real. I feel like that's from Frozen. Somebody, please let me know. I don't know. But it's like, I was saying, like, yes, obviously, like, use your discernment, use your common sense. If you know for a fact, like, yeah, nah, like I'm feeling you, we are very self-aware creatures and beings, and you can grow that self-awareness. If you're not, there's a feeling you will get when you know, like, I think I'm just maybe jealous of this person, or I feel, when you're jealous. This ain't for that. I'm talking when you have a feeling that you can describe, where you're like, this person doesn't like me, or I get this vibe from this person and I can't tell you why. And it can be really hard and it can be really jarring when nothing externally is like proving that point to you, but you're like, I have such a persistent feeling about this. Kind of like very similar to when people are like, if you, or my mom says this a lot growing up. So if you never heard this, welcome to your first time hearing it. About to change your life. If you wake up one morning and everything in your being is like, don't go. My mom tells me this all the time. She's like, you could be super excited for that party, super excited to go hang out with that friend, and you're getting ready and you're like, I really don't want to go. I really don't want to go. Like, you start to get anxious, you start to get nervous, and there's obviously a difference between social anxiety and all that. Use your common sense, use your discernment. You know you best. Sometimes you gotta try shit out, but you know when you have a pit feeling like, oh no, I shouldn't go. Or if you imagine yourself as a movie and you're the main character and you're watching yourself get ready to go, and you're watching and you're like, don't go, girl, don't go, girl, don't go, girl, don't go. It's the same with people. When you have a feeling, and I was, thank you, God, for bringing me back to this thought, because I be, and I love it. I went away on a trip, and I was away on this trip, and I I just literally, nothing can explain why I felt the way I felt about certain people, and I just was like, yo, and like I was taking a lot of time on my own to be like, maybe I'm judging them, maybe like a sign for me is if you remind me of people that are no longer in my life. Something in me kind of like pulls back and goes like, what is it? Immediately I'm looking at you, I'm like, what is it? In my day-to-day life, I will bump into someone and I'm like, why you remind me of that person? Like, I'm not gonna put you as that person, whatever, but that's not the case. I, like, that was happening. They kept reminding me of people, and I was like, yo, I feel like I've seen this person in a million different bodies before. Like, I could not stand this person. Like everything in my being was trying, and I'm not a violent person. I'm not a violent being for the most part. I mean, we all have capacities, but I'm not, that's out of my character. For me to feel such a visceral anger and rage when you come in the room, I was like, nah, whatever it is, whatever you are, whatever, whoever you are, you just not meant for me. You got to go. And that is such a logical feeling, and that's a logical response to a feeling. If I feel X, I'm gonna do Y, which leads to Z. And I was trying to get to that point, which is, if I feel some kind of way, if you feel some kind of way, how you feel is logical. There's a logical response and reasoning, even if you don't know it yet. It took till I came back home, like that, literally when we landed, and even weeks later, months later, that I was like, wait, hold up. Right, because that's why I was feeling that way. That was manipulative. That was toxic. That was weird. Sometimes you just need to run with the feeling in your chest and trust that, like, even if you realize later on you've made the wrong choice and the wrong decision, you could have made a better decision, you'll learn. Trust that you'll learn and figure that out. Trust that you'll always figure it out, because you always do, because you're still alive and breathing watching this video. So trust that feeling. Like, I've been having a lot of feelings recently, and I'm like, am I crazy? No. I'm a big feeler. I feel stuff. I realize things. I have intuitive nudges, and I go, oh. But I'm rewatching that video, and I'm like, wait, there's more. That's really all I had to say. Like, people will sit here and tell you, like, oh, you're just being dramatic, or you're being sensitive, or you're feeling this, da da da. And I will continuously say, use your discernment, use your discernment, use your discernment, use your discernment. You know you best. I don't know you. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. Like I know you. Sorry, but no, I don't know you. You know me. Use your common sense. If you're like, nah, I'm tripping right now. Like, you know when you're bugging. You know, like, I feel like we need to make this more simple for ourselves, especially me, as I like struggling with so much anxiety in the past. The thing that I had to really get down and dirty with was the thought and idea of like, girl, you already know. You just tripping because you know and you don't want to accept it. You literally already know. There's nothing you don't know about you that you don't need to know about you yet. Either you're figuring it out right now in this exact moment, or you've already learned it and you're like, aha, I know that. No, struggling with anxiety, that was like something that I really had to just be like, yo, stick to your first mind. Stick to your first mind. And it's so hard. Even sometimes now, I notice it more when I'm singing and breaking habits. My first mind will say one thing, and then my second mind, like the instinct to like the instinct or habit would be my second mind. It would kick in and it would go do that. Like, for instance, like when I'm singing, like something that I tend to do, I will hold back, swallow, or like second guess what I already know. And I was literally in a lesson, and I feel like I have the video, and he's like, you realize that? And I was like, I feel like my first thought, he asked me to, like, he was asking me like, what was the instinct? And I was like, I feel like my first thought was do this, and then the second thought was so loud, it told me like, no, like you're too loud, or like I like something I did. And he clocked it so quick for me. He was like, the first mind, that was your rational mind, like your rational mind, like, oh, I need to do this to get this sound. The fear was the second mind. The habit was the second mind. I was like, oh, usually your first inclination is right. Run with that. Run with that even if you're not sure. Run with that afraid. Like, I think so many talks about like anxiety and fear. Like, some people will come up here on here and just be like, oh, just do it scared. And that's, yes, it is, do it scared. And it's hard to hear that. It's hard to do it. But I wish also people who are posting that were saying, yeah, I'm scared right now and I'm doing it. And I'm posting it. Show me who you are. Show me your scars. Show me who you are as a being. Like, not expose yourself. Or, I just heard in my head, I'm such a funny person. I just heard, reveal yourself to me. Like, but like super dramatic. Like, reveal yourself to me now. Like, I crack myself up. If you wonder why I don't text people or talk to people, that's not why. But this it's fun to be me. Anyways, anxiety, fear, whatever, like all of these things kind of mesh together and mold together to make you doubt yourself and to doubt your feelings about people, about situations, about scenarios. If something don't feel right, it don't feel right. And you don't need to know the why. You can just accept this doesn't feel right. I just realized you can see my shirt. But like, don't worry about all that. Maybe that's important to you. Maybe eagles is important to you. Strength, courage. I was gonna say community, but I don't really think eagles are community creatures. I don't know. Anyways, trust your feeling, trust your gut. Like, fear, anxiety, doubt, they'll all kind of creep in and pop out. Go with the first answer. And really, I think the true root to it all is you're going to be scared. You're going to be afraid. You're going to be like, yo, what the hell? I'm spinning, I'm spiraling, I'm losing my mind. I'm tripping, oh, stumbling, oh, tripping. Except 2 out of 3 things. You're not perfect. You're not ever gonna be perfect, and that is perfectly fine. That's okay. And the reason you accept that is because 2, trust that yes, you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna find your way out of those mistakes. You're gonna make a choice in this moment, and later on, whether or not the choice works or not, is for later on you. If it feel good right now, in a healthy way, don't be running around doing foolishness. If it's something that you're like, no, I need to do this right now. I need to get out of this. I need to leave. I don't like this person. I can't be with you. I gotta break up with you. I gotta stop talking to you. I don't want to pick up this phone call. I don't want to go out with this friend. I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to talk bad about myself. That's another one. I don't want to speak bad about people. I don't want to sit in the room with y'all while y'all talk bad. I'm gonna just get up and leave. Bye, I'm gonna leave. That is fine. That is logical. That is human. That is something internal telling you who you are. Listen to it. Run with it. You'll love who you are. She's beautiful. He's beautiful. They're beautiful. Just that decision you make, you'll be fine regardless, because even if it is later on, oh, I was just afraid of connection, or I was afraid of this, or whatever, you'll figure it out. You'll learn from it. You'll grow from it. You'll adapt from it. You always do. And the third thing, wait, I forgot the third thing. You're not perfect. Trust that you can make mistakes and trust yourself. Gut intuitive feelings are always right. Those gut, even if it don't make sense, it don't gotta make sense for it to be right. It don't gotta make sense for, oh, the third, yes, it don't gotta make sense. The third one was really supposed to be trust your feelings, which I think is very similar. Trust your feelings. It don't have to make sense in the moment. A lot of times it's not, because right now, the only thing that you're meant to know is go. Go. Leave. Another short story. I use this story so much. Almost 3 years ago, maybe even 4 now. Halloween. It was a Scorpio full moon, for those who remember that Halloween. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. That was the craziest, wildest night of my life, and not the greatest way. Like, I still ended up being a good night because, like, God got me. I'm blessed, protected. But I did not want to go. Even getting ready, it was like everything was not going right. The trains weren't working, the buses. I was waiting like 30, 40 minutes for this bus, and I was so hell-bent. I was so stubborn on going and doing this for so many reasons that I don't want to get into. It was that was like one of the worst nights and most chaotic nights of my life. Craziest thing of my life. There was drunk people and like, it was a party, and there was like a child there, and people are drinking, smoking. I was like, yo, whoa, what? Somebody brought out a ferret. Everything in my being, there were so many arguments within the group. There were so many fights. Even everything in my being was like, do not go. Say no. Don't go. Change your mind. Stay home. Don't be with them. Or really, because a group of us met at my cousin's house, the other group met at the function. The function. Sorry. When I was at my cousin's house, the people who met at the function, they were there. They were doing their thing. That were at my cousin's house, we were like, yo, I don't want to go. My cousin was anxious. She was like, oh my God, I'm tired. Like, I don't want to go. But we said yes. And I was like, you don't got to do nothing. Keep your ass home. We can stay home. My friend at the time was like, yeah, like, I'm fine staying here. My other cousin, who's always down to go out, was like, we should just stay home. That whole night we came back and we were like, we should have just stayed home. On the Uber, we were already like catching vibes. We were like, no, this is happening. This is weird. So many weird things happened that night that I should have just trusted my gut to stay home. Every time I get a feeling of I don't want to go, I don't care how bad I hurt somebody's feelings, I'm going to text you, can't go. Sorry. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. There were so many fights that night. Literal arguments. People following us. Trains not working. Arguments happening like around us. Like it was, and I know it was Halloween, but I've never had a Halloween experience like that in my life. Because I did what I wanted to do, and I trusted what I wanted to do, and I trusted the people I was with. You see the difference? Trust your gut. Trust your gut. Trust your feelings. Trust that even if like at the time you make a decision, trust how you feel right now in the moment. Because what matters only is what's happening right now in front of you. That is the only thing that matters right now. So if right now in front of you, you're looking, you're like, I don't want to be here. If you're with friend groups, family, safely exit. Even if it's like, okay, I have to use the bathroom, I'm in there 20 minutes, just this is weird. Like, just say it. It's not as bad and as scary as you think. It can be at first to state for the first time, I don't want to be here. I don't like these people, because sometimes it could be people that you've loved your whole life. It's okay to really just be like in the bathroom, damn, I really hate this person. I can't stand you. I don't want to be here with you. That's enough. Open your eyes. That's enough for me, in my opinion. But title of this video is going to be Your Feelings Are Real. Trust your feelings. You feel what you feel. What you feel is real. What movie is that from? Hold on, I need to find a movie. Frozen, but I don't really think that matters. I couldn't find the clip, but I just was like, Anyways, that's it. Love you. Live, laugh, love.